Once upon a time there was a girl, and her name was Princess Ivy. Princess Ivy lived in a castle with her mother and father, who were the king and queen. Princess Ivy loved to go on adventures. Princess Ivy was very brave, but sometimes the adventures were, well, a little scary. The monsters were too big, the woods were too dark, the ocean waves were too wild. Like all good princesses, Princess Ivy had a fairy godmother. Princess Ivy loved her fairy godmother, and her fairy godmother loved Princess Ivy. But they lived very far apart. It would take the fastest dragon many days to fly from Princess Ivy's castle to her fairy godmother's cottage. This made the fairy godmother very sad, for when the adventures grew too scary, she wanted very much to be with Princess Ivy and to help her however she could. One day, when the fairy godmother saw a shooting star fall to earth, she had an idea. She found the place where the star had fallen, and she picked it up very carefully, and she carried it back to her cottage. The fairy godmother took the fallen star and held it up to her forehead, like this. Then she held it to her heart, like this. Then she took it in her hands and gave a tight squeeze, like this. Then, very carefully, the fairy godmother took the fallen star and shaped it into two round stones. She marked each stone with the sign of the fallen star. One stone she kept with her, in her cottage, near her all the time, and the other she sent to Princess Ivy, so that whenever Princess Ivy faced a big adventure that seemed like it might be a little too scary, the princess could hold the starstone and know that her fairy godmother was sending her wisdom and love and comfort. And it wasn't as good as if her fairy godmother were really there, but it was still pretty good.